I'm Jesse.
And I'm Mike, and here's everything you need to know about what's happening at Emergence. Hey Jesse, welcome to the announcement team.
I know, I'm excited to be here.
So what do we got going on this week?
First, it was awesome to check out the year in review brochure we got last week. What a great year 2022 was. And it was also awesome to look ahead to some pretty exciting things in 2023. If you didn't get one of those last week, don't leave today without one. It's definitely worth a read through. And it's one of those things that are pretty sweet to have around for others to check out or for you to pass it along.
Today's the day of some kickoffs. We've got community groups starting today, and there's still time to jump in one. So if you want to grow, get to know people, and learn to apply the truth of God's word into your life, there's no better place to do it than in a community group. You can check them all out at emergencenj.org or stop by the Connect desk, and they'll be happy to give you a hand.
Also, Starting Point begins today. If all of this is new to you and you're looking for a place to explore some foundational truths about Jesus, maybe you even have some pretty big questions about God or the Bible, Starting Point is the place for that. It's getting going today at 10:20 in Totowa or 9 in Rigwood. If you missed it, don't worry, you can still jump in next week.
Perfect. Also, next week, we're adding a second hour option for middle school on Sunday mornings. So starting next Sunday, 6th through 8th graders can be part of middle school ministry at either 9 a.m. or 11:40 a.m. service in Suite 300. And if you're in Ringwood, middle school meets at 10:30.
And we're just a few weeks away from the marriage workshop on Saturday, February 18th. It's filling up, so register as soon as you can. It'll run from 9 a.m. to 12 noon that day, and it's going to be a great day of encouragement and growth for married folks. And even if you're single and you want to learn more about marriage.
Well, there's a lot to look forward to. Let's keep loving Jesus, loving people, and plowing a counterculture.
Bye!
See ya.
Hey everyone, welcome to Community Extras, and just want to acknowledge before we start something I say at the beginning of every semester. First, if you are leading a community, thank you so much. Thanks for jumping into leadership. Thank you for serving. Your investment makes a difference in people's lives, and God rejoices in your faithfulness to step into leadership. And so I just want to say thank you. Thank you for serving. Thank you for loving others. Thank you for committing to care for and lead this group. And then secondly, for those of you guys who this is your first time, really glad you did this. You know, I know it can be intimidating to go to someone's house. I know it can be a little scary. You know, we've heard the stories of people who got halfway and turned around and had to go the second week. And so I just want to say I'm so glad you guys made it out. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about last week's sermon, which began the book of Genesis. And we didn't get a lot into how the world was created. We got a lot more into why mankind was created and the significance of mankind's creation. And here's what's so important. We talked about this last Sunday, is that unless you know your purpose, unless you know why you were made, it's hard to really live well. And we saw kind of the two great lies that the creation narrative solves. The first lie is that, you know what, the thing is we are our own little gods. And we see clearly, no, we are creation. We're not the creator. And as the creation, God's designed us and he's put some boundaries in place for our lives. And the truth is, throughout the scriptures, those boundaries are good. Much like a goldfish who swims in a lake or a fish in a lake that swims around, they're going to glide, they're going to enjoy swimming. But if they try to be an eagle, it's not going to go well. They're not going to fly. In the same way, the eagle, if it tries to be a fish, it's going to be a disaster. It's meant to soar. And you and I, as human beings, are created both to reflect the image of God to the world and to walk in the image of God. And that means as the creation, there are things that our Creator says, this is how you flourish, and we don't want to rebel against those things. And so we don't want to rebel when God says he makes a male and female. We want to say, you're the Creator, we're the creation. Our culture, sadly, is pushing back on that and saying, how dare anyone define who I am, what I believe about myself. Well, that is a I am God statement, not I am creation, God is creator. And we see this in Romans 1, that when we get rid of the creator, what we do is we suppress the truth about God and we're given over to all kinds of sin. The second thing it reveals to us is while we're not the creator, it also reveals we're not simply evolved animals, meaning that there is a distinct value on humanity as the pinnacle of God's creation. God speaks everything to existence, but in humanity stoops down and he fashions them with his own hands. He breathes his very breath of life into them. He makes humanity in his image. This is what gives every human being infinite worth and value, being God's image bearers. This is why as a church we advocate for all life, whether that is in the womb all the way to the tomb. And so it means we will advocate for the life of the not yet born. It means we will advocate when we see things like injustice and racism. The Imago Dei gives every tribe, every tongue, every culture, every intellectual ability infinite value and infinite worth. And as image bearers, they have a unique value that is superior to the animals. And for some of you, I hope you realize that you are uniquely designed by God. He loves you. You're not an accident. You know, we said there might be such thing as accidental parents, but there are no accidental people. He's designed you with gifts. He's designed you with a purpose. He's designed you for his glory. It's an incredible thing. You're not an angel, but you're also not an animal. And you get to live out this wonderful call as a human that God's designed to know him, to reflect him. And I just want to ask you guys tonight, obviously in our culture, which one do you see more? People with too high a view of themselves, that they're like gods, they define their own good and evil, or too low a view of themselves. I'm just an evolved animal. I can give into my appetites. There is no right and wrong. You probably see both. And then which of the two sometimes is harder for you to get a hold of, that you're uniquely designed and loved, or that I have to trust that God's boundaries are good and pleasing. Hey, hope you guys have a great discussion, and looking forward to hearing how it goes.